Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Judgment Point, the channel dedicated to breaking down the wildest fights and craziest moments in combat sports. Today, we're diving into the world of MMA, and let me tell you, we're going deep. We're talking about the legends, the absolute killers, who for one reason or another, never quite clinched that elusive UFC title. These are the fighters who consistently brought the heat, left it all in the octagon, and earned the respect of fans and fighters alike. These are the guys who helped shape the sport into what it is today, even without a championship belt to solidify their legacy. Trust me, this is gonna be good. You gotta start with the cowboy, man. Donald Cerrone is a straight-up legend. This dude embodies the fighting spirit like no other. He holds the record for most fights and most finishes in the UFC. Think about that for a second. Most fights in the UFC. The man is a warrior, plain and simple. He's always down to throw down, always looking for the finish. And let's not forget, Cowboy has racked up an insane amount of Fight of the Night bonuses. That tells you everything you need to know about his style. Cerrone never backed down from a challenge, always pushing the pace and giving fans their money's worth every single time. He might not have gotten the UFC gold, but he's a champion in the hearts of fans, and that's something truly special. Next up we got Joseph Benavidez. This dude is a beast. He's been at the top of the flyweight division for years and consistently fought the best of the best. He's a two-time title challenger. And let me tell you, those fights were wars. Benavidez has some of the most technical and creative striking in the game. His speed is unreal and his ground game is equally impressive. He was just a hair away from becoming champion on multiple occasions, facing off against Demetrius Johnson, arguably the greatest flyweight of all time. Talk about a tough break, going up against a legend in his prime. But that's the thing about Benavidez, he never made excuses. He kept coming back, kept evolving, and cemented his place as a true pioneer of the flyweight division. Chapter 3, Dan Henderson, the H-Bomb from Pride to the UFC. Now we're talking about a true veteran, a guy who's seen it all, Dan Hendo Henderson. This dude is a legend in the sport, competing at the highest levels for over 2 decades. He's a 2-division champion in Pride, knocking out some of the biggest names in Japan. He's got that legendary right hand, the H-Bomb, and when that thing landed, it was lights out. Just ask Michael Bisping. Hendo came to the UFC later in his career but still managed to challenge for the title in 2 different weight classes. He was known for his granite chin, his relentless pressure, and his ability to finish a fight with one punch. Dan Henderson is a true icon of MMA, a testament to longevity and pure fighting spirit. Chapter 4, Urijah Faber, the California Kid, and the Rise of the Bantamweights. Let's talk about Urijah Faber, the California Kid. This guy is a pioneer, plain and simple. He put WEC on the map, man, back when the lighter weight classes weren't getting much love. Faber was out there putting on a show. He was the WEC featherweight champ, defending his belt 5 times. His guillotine choke was legendary, man. He submitted guys left and right. Faber helped pave the way for the lighter weight divisions to flourish in the UFC. He brought excitement, personality, and a whole lot of skill to the octagon, and his impact on the sport is undeniable. He might not have captured UFC gold, but he's a legend in his own right. Chapter 5. Alexander Gustafsson, the Mauler who nearly dethroned the gods. Finally we have Alexander Gustafsson, the Mauler. This guy is the definition of a warrior. He's shared the octagon with some of the best to ever do it. John Jones, Daniel Cormier, Glover Teixeira, and he pushed them all to their absolute limits. His fight with John Jones is legendary, considered one of the greatest title fights in UFC history. Gustafsson was a hair's breadth away from dethroning the champ that night. He's known for his technical striking, his relentless pressure, and his incredible chin. Gustafsson came agonizingly close to winning UFC gold, but it just wasn't meant to be. But you know what? That doesn't diminish his accomplishments one bit. He's a fighter's fighter, a true testament to skill and heart. So there you have it, folks. 5 legendary fighters who never quite reached the pinnacle of the sport, but left an undeniable mark on MMA. They're the ones who pushed the limits, challenged the champions, and reminded us what it means to be a true fighter. These guys might not have UFC gold around their waists, but they've earned something even more valuable, the respect and admiration of fans worldwide. And at the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more MMA content. See you next time on Judgment Point.